All right, so you're here because you want to get to the heart of things and understand what's actually going on without all the extra noise.
Absolutely.
And today we're going to dive straight into something that's been making headlines, BRICS Pay.
Mm,
You know about the BRICS nations, obviously.
of course.
Brazil,
Yeah.
Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And don't forget the new additions.
Right. Iran, Egypt,
Mm.
Ethiopia, the UAE, big changes.
Exactly. And they're all coming together to build this brand new payment platform. And that's what we're going to explore today.
Should be interesting.
What is it? Why does it matter? What could it mean for the future?
All the big questions.
All based, of course, on the information we've got in front of us.
Let's get into it.
So right off the bat,
Yeah.
it's described as a cutting-edge payment platform developed by these nations
Right.
to handle all those complicated cross-border transactions
Mm-hmm.
using their own currencies, which I think is key here.
Yeah, that's really the heart of it.
This isn't a totally new idea, though, right?
No, you're right. The concept actually first emerged back in 2018 from the BRICS Business Council.
So they've been thinking about this for a while.
Oh, yeah. It's been in the works. And the goal was always to streamline how these countries pay each other.
Make it easier, smoother.
Exactly. And more importantly, independent.
Okay, so that's a big one.
It is.
Moving away from the usual SWIFT system and the US dollar being involved in almost everything.
That's right.
So with BRICS Pay, Russia and India, for example, could just trade directly using rubles and rupees.
Exactly. That's the vision, a more decentralized setup, less reliant on the established Western financial networks.
The implications there are huge.
No question about it.
And how does blockchain play into all of this?
Well, that's a key part of it. They want to leverage blockchain technology for this platform.
Which makes sense. You get the transparency and efficiency.
Exactly. And security, too. Don't forget about that.
Very important.
But one of the most interesting aspects to me is how it's designed to connect all these existing national payment systems.
Give me some examples.
Sure, think about Russia's Mir system, India's UPI, China's Alipay, WeChat Pay.
All huge in their own country.
Oh yeah, massive. And the idea is to bring them all together into this unified network.
So instead of going through SWIFT and using dollars, it's all done internally.
Right. And you can settle trade in local currencies, which
Yeah.
is a major shift away from the US dollar, which, currently handles over half of global trade payments
He's really the king right now.
for now.
Right. So on the surface, the benefits seem pretty clear.
I think so.
Faster, cheaper, and safer international payments for anyone in the BRICS group,
Hmm.
which then should naturally boost trade within their economic bloc.
Seems logical.
But I think we need to dig a little deeper here.
Yeah.
What's really driving this push for an entirely new system?
I think there are a few things at play, but a major factor is the desire for more financial independence.
Getting out from under the current system
Exactly. And Russia's experience being cut off from SWIFT back in 2022.
because of the war in Ukraine.
Right. That really accelerated the need for alternatives.
So BRICS Pay is partly a reaction to that.
Absolutely. They see it as a way to potentially bypass sanctions in the future and to foster a more balanced global financial system, one where they have more say.
And it's not just Russia, right?
Brazil's President Lula has also been very vocal about moving towards a multipolar global economy.
Less dominance from the West, basically.
That's a big part of it. And then you have China officially backing the project in late 2024.
Really putting their weight behind it.
For sure. And we can't forget about the Kazan Declaration either. That also highlighted the need for tools that would ease trade barriers among the BRICS nations.
So there's real momentum here.
Oh, yeah. A lot of talk, a lot of support.
But when are we going to see this thing in action?
All right. That's the million-dollar question.
Everyone wants to know.
Because there is a lot of discussion, a lot of apparent progress.
Seems like they're moving quickly.
But the truth is, BRICSPay is still under development.
So it's not quite ready for prime time.
Not yet. And we have to remember that building a system of this scale, this complexity, it requires a huge amount of investment.
In what areas?
Well, you need investment in local technology, in robust cybersecurity measures,
Right. You can't skimp on those.
especially with something this important. But maybe even more importantly, you need to align regulations across all these different countries.
Which is no small feat.
Not at all. You've got a very diverse group of economies, very different political systems.
So getting everyone on the same page,
It's a massive challenge.
that's where the rubber meets the road.
You got it.
We've seen some chatter online
Oh, yeah.
suggesting a possible launch sometime this year.
Lots of speculation.
But even President Putin himself has said that it's still very much in the planning stages. So there's ambition and then there's reality.
Right. And sometimes those two things don't line up perfectly.
So to sum this up for you, the listener,
Let's do it.
BRICS Pay. It's a bold move,
Very bold.
with the potential to fundamentally change how international payments are conducted.
From the ground up.
And it presents a very real alternative to the current system.
An alternative that a lot of countries are excited about.
And the thing that really struck me is the profound implications
Tell me more.
of these major global players actively pursuing financial independence.
It's a power shift.
It is, and what that means for the future distribution of economic power globally.
It's a huge question, and it makes you think about something else.
What's that?
As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, which we can all agree it is,
No doubt.
what are the long-term effects, the wider-ranging effects of these new alternative financial infrastructures that are starting to emerge?
Because this isn't the only one.
Not even close.
And how will they reshape the global economic landscape?
It's a development worth watching very closely.
Absolutely.
Potentially huge consequences down the line.
We'll be keeping an eye on it.
As will we all, I think.
Until next time.
Stay informed.